There is a path that cannot be seen. It does not appear on maps. It cannot be fully explained, and no one can walk it for you. It is the inner path. Most people spend their lives looking outward, searching for answers in the world, in opinions, in expectations, trying to find outside what can only be found within. But the external world is noise, constant change, comparison, distraction, and the more you lose yourself in it, the further you drift from who you are. The inner path begins when you stop, not stopping your body, but stopping the escape, stopping the need to fill every space with distraction, stopping the avoidance of silence, stopping the running from everything you feel. Because in silence, something begins to emerge. Thoughts you ignored, feelings you avoided, questions you postponed. And that can be uncomfortable. Looking within is not always gentle. Sometimes it reveals confusion, insecurity, old fears, but it also reveals truth. The inner path is not about feeling good all the time. It is about seeing clearly, seeing who you are beyond the mask, beyond expectations, beyond the roles you learned to play. Because over time, you built versions of yourself to please, to protect, to belong. And many of them no longer reflect who you truly are. Yet you keep holding on to them, out of habit, out of fear, out of not knowing who you would be without them. The inner path requires courage. The courage to question what always seems certain. The courage to let go of what no longer makes sense. The courage to face the unknown within you, because within you also lives what has been denied. Parts you have hidden, feelings you have suppressed, truths you have avoided, and ignoring them does not make them disappear. It makes them grow in silence. The inner path is, in part, a return to what you left behind, to what you never had the courage to face, to what was always there, but ignored. And through this process, you begin to become whole. Not perfect, but whole. Whole because you accept your contradictions. You accept your shadows. You accept your fragilities and understand that all of it is part of who you are. The inner path also transforms your relationship with the world. You stop reacting automatically. You begin to observe more, to understand more, to judge less. Because in knowing yourself, you recognize the human in others. And this brings a different kind of presence, more aware, more grounded, more real. But this path has no end. There is no point where you arrive. There is no final version of who you are supposed to be. There is only movement, layers being revealed, understanding deepening, silence becoming clearer. And the closer you get to yourself, the less you need to prove anything to the world. Less need for validation, less need for comparison, less need for control, because you begin to find a different kind of security, not one based on the external, but one that comes from within. A quiet confidence, a knowing that, regardless of what happens, you are no longer running from yourself. And perhaps that is what makes the inner path so powerful. It does not necessarily change the world around you, but it changes the way you live within it. And when that changes, everything gains a new meaning. In the end, the inner path is not about becoming someone else. It is about removing everything that is not you and remaining present, aware, real.